are absolutely here to recognise the people that have put in countless hours of unpaid work to keep our trails, mountains, paths, everything clear for us to get outside and enjoy. So the first award that we're actually going to present, or Steve's going to present for us, is the Group Award. Now, this award has gone to a very, very special organisation who have worked tirelessly to ensure that the outdoors is a space that everybody can enjoy, and for their efforts we are actually, I think Columbia and the national parks are presenting them with £1,000 bursary to continue the work that they've been doing. There are also some other amazing prizes included in there. It's on behind here, including the eco jacket, which I think is great as well from Columbia to include the eco jacket within this prize, because that's something that again exemplifies everything that Steve was talking about, everything that this weekend is really all about as well, is continuing to preserve the outdoor spaces for every single person to enjoy without limit. So the first award is the Group Award, which I'm going to give to Steve here to present. I'm not going to give it to Steve, please.
And this award goes to Peak District Mosaic. Yeah! You guys come up and collect it. You come and join us. So tell us a little bit about the projects that you've been working on.
Okay, my name is Yvonne Witter and I'm the chair of the trustees for Peak District Mosaic in the Peak District National Park. And we've been working with black minority ethnic people to access the national park. And we recently had funding from the Awards for All, and we trained up 15 new champions who had their celebration event in September. And what we do, we recruit people from the district. So we had people from Sheffield and Manchester who have never been to the park or have been to the park at some point, but we encourage them to invite others to access the park. So we had the training about the history of the national park, and for them to do a group event whereby we give them £200 for them to introduce other people to the park, and the 15 people introduced 78 new people to the Peak District National Park. We're going to continue working as hard as we can to introduce more people to the national park. So this award is another extra motivation for us to continue doing the work that we started with Campaign for National Park. Thank you very much.
So the project award goes to the Cleveland Way Adoption Scheme. So as what I'm saying, you have done something really quite exciting. Tell us a little bit about your project.
Our project started in 2014 and it actually came about because we have a project called the Explorer Club in the North York Moors National Park, and that works with families, with children. Well, we've had children as young as 2. We've actually had a 6-week-old one out. They didn't do a lot of work, but so we work with families and they come out for 6 sessions over a 6-month period, and they do lots of conservation work and they learn about the national park. And then we thought, well, they've done 6 sessions, what do we do? What do we do next? Where do we go to keep them coming out and engaging with the national park, with the outdoors? So we suddenly thought, well, we've got Cleveland Way National Trail that runs through a lot of the park. Can we do something with that? And we came up with the idea of the adoption scheme. By adopting a section, the families commit to carrying out 3 patrols a year. So these guys, the Beaumont family, 2 of them hiding over there, they've actually been involved with the project from the start, and they are amazing. The work they do is phenomenal.
Well, it's an amazing scheme. I'm hearing all of the buzzwords that we talk about in conservation, all of those important subjects about giving people a sense of ownership of the landscape, of making people stakeholders. It's such a powerful tool for making our landscapes, available to everyone. We are so impressed with everything you've done. Many congratulations on your award. Can we have a massive round of applause, please, for the winners of our project award? I'm going to award the individual awards to Derek Collins. Mind taking the microphone?
No, not at all.
So I've heard a little bit about all that you've done for our national parks, and it's completely blown me away. Can you give our audience here a little taste of the work you've been doing?
Well, of course, I'm just one of a dedicated group of
volunteers who belong to the Dartmoor Preservation Association. We do a lot of work on the Dartmoor National Park. There are other groups, of course, who do that. And I often tell our volunteers that, fortunately, in the past there was a lot of other dedicated people who were keeping Dartmoor as it is. And in the future, hopefully, there'll be some more dedicated people. But at the moment, it's our turn. So it's our turn to keep Dartmoor, a national park, as pristine as we possibly can, and that's what we do.
To present the Under-25s individual award,
It goes to Caitlin McCauley. Can you tell us, just in a nutshell, what it is about the national park that you love so much?
It's just being outside. It's always there and it changes all the time. There's always something different every single time you go to see it.
And what do all the rest of your friends think about your passion for the hills and about doing your bit in a voluntary fashion to make them a better place?
Well, a lot of my friends are like outdoor stuff as well, and when I told them what I was doing this summer and stuff, they're like, wow, that's amazing, I wish I'd known something, maybe I could get involved with something like that. So yeah.
If you could pass on, I mean, there's quite a lot of young people in here today, many of whom are going to be looking for their own park for the future. If there was one message that you could give to all of them, what would it be?
Have a look and just go and do it, because it's great fun. I had the best time doing it also. It's great, everyone's really friendly and it's fantastic, so do it.
I think it's kind of an interesting point that you just touched on there, because it's something that obviously national parks work very, very hard to try and maintain the parks and include everybody. So I think you'll all agree that there's some quite exceptional volunteers here today and very, very worthy winners of the awards. I think it speaks to somebody like Steve to be involved in awards process like this. So thank you very much, Steve, for coming down and joining us and sharing.
My absolute
sharing everything
privilege.
with
Thank you
So
very much for having me.
Can we get a round of applause again for all of our volunteers and Steve today?